Good evening, guys. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Y'all come on in. We got to really talk about this situation. Y'all, I am late, and if y'all can't make it, I do understand. My name is Cheryl Grabowski. Welcome to my channel. This is a place of introspection, and yeah, I have a story to share with you guys. So we were going to view the audio together. So, but I've decided that we're not going to do that. And we're just gonna talk about it. Okay. I don't know if Trucker's wife is around. Uh, I can't really see the chat. Let's see. I don't know. New comments. There it is. Hey Joyce, how you doing? Good evening, Joyce. Good evening. Good evening. It's been a long day of work, and anyway, we just want to talk about this thing. So let me introduce myself again for the new people. Because I decided to do it on StreamYard because I don't want to have this conversation by myself. If there's somebody else that wants to come up, the link is in the chat. It is what it is. But a couple of um, moderators and supporters sent me this story. Let's see who this is. Oh, Trinaya. And there we go. Hey, Trinaya Boo.
Hey,
How you doing this evening?
great.
Good, good. Jade. Hey, Jade. Good evening, darling. Listen, hey, I'm good. Thanks for asking. Oh, you're welcome. I can see the chat now. The link is in the posted down below. And if you guys want to come in, come on in. Me and Trinaya are here. I just want to give me and Trucker's wife today. We had a dialogue about this story. She knows all about it. These two people, these three people, actually, it's four people because it is Finney. Finney is the man that has been unalived. Condolences to Finney's family. And Bubbly is his wife, and she's unalived. And Manny is the guy who did the unaliving, and then he has a wife. So the story goes like this. These people come from the beef sector. I did find that out today through Trucker's wife. Okay, and I've watched some videos. I guess I'm gonna share the video that I really like that gives this guy that I listen to. He gave me a good understanding of what was going on, and then me and Trucker's wife talked, and then after that, she called me back and told me some other stuff. So anyway, it's just a lot going on with it. But welcome to the channel. It's 20 people here. How many people in the chat? What happened? What happened? What happened? All right. So what happened was there was beef between content creators and the kind of beef. Now, the verbiage beef is what people tell me what happens on YouTube. So beef means fighting, really, right? And it's kind of new to me. Trinaya know all about the fighting, right? Trinaya on Big O.
Yes.
Could you tell me like what the fight? Tell me a little bit about that. What is that?
It's called. We just be reading each other. They go low low. They talk about because you can never find a peaceful panel to go on. And knowing my community, we argue and stuff like that. But when you read somebody down like a narc slayer, they want to go to trolling and doxing and find your address and stuff. And I have dealt with this same situation, but haven't nobody pulled up on me. But somebody just doxed my address recently. But my thing is, honey, like, why, like,
Okay, so you're familiar with the culture of trolling,
yeah,
doxing,
uh huh.
beefing, fighting. This is all dialogue with the YouTube. I realize that quite a few people, lots of people who have seen me on YouTube that I have been attracted to me, they don't know anything about the beef and the trolling and the doxing. They don't know anything about that. So tonight I'm talking about it because I feel like, of course, with this situation, it's gone too far. You got two people unalived. Okay, you got two people. So there was an ongoing beef going on for over a year. The victim and his wife got into a tiff with Manning, the guy named Manning. He was a Spanish guy, and they were going back and forth. I don't know what the tiff was about, but I know that they were in the same location at one point, and somebody got pepper sprayed. I think Finney and his wife Bubbly were pepper sprayed by Manning, and I don't know what they did to him, but I did find out today that they initiated it. They were the ones that kind of started it. Okay, and then past
What?
that point, then I found out that over a year's time, there was a lot of back and forth. There was some doxing. Doxing is when just if y'all don't know, I'm just gonna let you know. Doxing is when somebody finds your real information, just like Trinaya just said. Somebody just doxed her address. When somebody finds your real information, they actually look for it with intention to share your information on YouTube with intention to hurt, harm, to disrespect, to maybe even embarrass, to expose. All of that is doxing. So that's what had happened. They did it, the husband and wife did it to Manning. And Manning did some things too. So it was like a back and forth type thing. So
Right.
meanwhile, this thing is escalating. It's escalating to the point where it's getting dangerous. And so they finally, the husband and wife, again, they go to Vegas, and Manning works in Vegas. He's really close to where they were, so he gets in his car. He's on a live. He is hyped up. If I would read his energy, I would say he was very, very hyped up. He was very, very intentional. He already had the powwow in the car, all of that. He ready to handle business, whatever. So he gets there because they are on the live. They know they got this ongoing tip with this guy, right? They know it. They've all been fighting the whole time. And so they
Oh.
tell their live where they are. It's just almost like they were oblivious to you got this ongoing beef with another person. Somebody could get hurt.
Right.
Somebody really could get hurt. So Trinaya, do you know why they would just push forward and actually be on live and let the people know, especially the person that they're beefing with, I'm going to be in your neck of the woods tonight or today? Why would they do that?
I feel like it all got to do with the clout and the fans. It's like they need a point to prove or something. And stuff and this is really it's sickening to me. Cause why go that damn low like that on social media? You're the one
Yeah.
and
Um.
you're the one that's doxing and trolling and stuff like that. Somebody told me today though. They said that bingo app gonna end up getting shut down, honey. The person that was telling me it wasn't just bingo. They said these people ain't gonna be satisfied till people be start putting lawsuits on them and stuff like that. Cause like that is stalking, that's harassment, and it's not safe.
Uh, how you feeling, Phil? How you doing this evening?
Hey Cheryl, I'm doing fine. Hey Trinaya, how y'all doing?
We
Hey,
we doing good. Did you hear that question that I just asked Trinaya?
No, I didn't hear it. Will you repeat it, please?
I was asking Trinaya in the culture of beefing and doxing and all of that, with this couple, why would they go live and say that they're in Vegas? Well, the people could see that they were in Vegas, knowing that the person that they had been beefing with a year is always in Vegas because he sort of like worked there here and there. Why would they do that with this ongoing beef for a whole year? Like, you know what I'm saying? Why would they do that? They were not alarmed at all because they had already been pepper sprayed by him.
I have been watching a lot of people that are actually from Vegas and that knew them. And, I think they thought Manny, the man that did this, was a punk. I think they thought he was a punk because some people will latch on to you and just try to tear you down and harass you day after day after day, which is what unfortunately, and it's a sad thing that they lost their life. But they were taking Manny's videos and they would have a panel of people every night and drag this man and his wife every single day. I mean, some people can't take it. Some people can get bullied and can shake it off and keep going. But some people can't take it, Cheryl.
I know. I heard about that today. Me and Trucker's wife, we were talking about it today. How the level of doxing that they were doing, which is very intimidating. Like it was a lot. It was a whole lot, and like you said, everybody can't take it because obviously, in my opinion, Manning. Obviously, I mean, if you look at the things that he could have done. Like one of the things that Manning could have done was just disengage. But he couldn't or did not do that. And then it escalated to the point where he powed them like obviously he had mental problems. That is not what we do, but you don't push somebody because you don't know what kind of problem they got.
This
Not that hard.
because at the end of the day, it's this content and social media. But I would have never
But
thought like
Trinaya, it got to be way more than content. This turned into something way more than that.
Manny, okay, Cheryl, Manny, he quit his full-time job to do YouTube and he was a performer on the Strip. They call it Fremont and then the Strip. He would dress up in clown face and perform, and his wife would do it too. They
Okay.
they struck down his channel illegally. People would take your channel, just make up lies and steal your channel. So he lost his channel. They pushed him to the edge.
That was terrible. Well, I was struck here on YouTube. And that person that struck me had no business doing that because I didn't have their content. It was none of their business. It was just music that I played. But because they got mad at me and they knew how to do that, they struck my channel. So I know some of what that feels like. But for somebody to take your entire channel and it's something that you put work, energy, talent, love, whatever into, that's wrong.
It's absolutely wrong for people to try and take somebody's channel and content. Look, okay, your content, you put it out on YouTube, it can be reviewed, but you don't take nobody content to drag them and look at them from head to toe and tear them down. No, I disagree with it. And it is what it is. And you're gonna run into somebody one day that's gonna do a Manny on you. You can't do that.
Yes. That's the biggest reason, Trinaya and PP is what I want to talk about tonight is, yeah, you can't do that because if you reap what you sow and you keep doing stuff like that and you say, well, people say, and I've had I've poked, I've pulled, I've fought, right? But enough is enough, and there is a line, like there is a line. And for people that feel like that there is no line, like this is dangerous. I feel like this is for all of us to see and to understand. They had this on the news.
Yeah,
This was on the local. This was on the news, the world news.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it happened live. Cheryl, him and his wife were down there on the Strip partying, and the man and his wife came up, and the man had a pow in his belt buckle.
What?
so. I felt like they had this planned.
Somebody said in the chat, you can't justify unaliving people for something we all do. That's not what I'm doing.
I'm not justifying anything. All I'm saying is some people are not strong enough, and if you push them, they will do something that a normal person that's strong enough wouldn't do. Some of us can shake it off and say, "Is that all you got? Bring me some more." But not everyone can do that.
Exactly right. And anybody that's here in the chat or that's listening to us, if y'all don't understand that, I don't know what to tell you. You know what I'm saying? It's just like pulling up at the light and there's a car next to you You don't know, and then you might, that person might, stick up their middle finger or get mad in traffic. You have to really, really, really realize that nowadays some people are on the edge, and it might escalate to you being pow for nothing. That's what we deal with every day in society. So social media is the same thing. There is a limit.
Yes, there is a limit. And with the man that did the powing, the guy that him and his wife that got unalived, the guy would go live and he would say, "Yeah, I got proof of you cheating on your wife. I'm gonna put that out." And then he would just he would they took pictures of the man you know how somebody can get a still shot of you looking a certain way. They had a picture of him, they put the picture up, and they would dog the picture. They would just belittle him every day over and over again.
Oh my God. And now, I visualize him in that car, baby. When he was in that car on his way to Vegas or to the strip, you could read the energy, like he already knew what he was going to do. He was done.
That was the day before. He said, "I'm looking for my baby. I heard somebody's in my city. I should be the first to know." He told him, "I'm going to catch you at a red light and pow you." He meant it, Cheryl. He meant it.
He said that?
Yes.
I didn't hear that part. Somebody said it's a lot of people commenting in here. Valencia. Hey, Valencia. A lot of people know about this story. I think it's all over TikTok too. But he literally wanted. I just want to know. I don't understand why these people just kept going like they were invincible.
I don't know. Hey, my daughter's in the chat. Hey, Buns. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Sure, I don't know what would make people still. Okay, every video the man put up, they stole his content, and you know what the man did? He said, "Yeah, B, I'm gonna play your content. What you gonna do about it?" But see, he was doing that to a man. I'm used to watching men attack women over here. I'm not used to watching two men go at it. He was attacking another man who was a real man, and he wasn't having it.
Yeah. Yeah, it is crazy.
I'll be back. I'm stuck.
Okay, come back. Hey Sierra in the building. Bree, what's up, girl? Kamako. Before all of that, they said that, excuse me, y'all, because this thing is small, that this sector ain't what you say? Ain't shit. Is that what you said? Yes, PP. These men in this sector ain't shit. Oh Lord.
Oh yeah, we ain't shit.
Trinaya, you one of the girls. Come on now. but wow, this is crazy, y'all. And this is sad and it's very embarrassing. I want PP to come back up because I want to ask her a question as it relates to what do you think is going. I mean, we all a little messy. Yeah, Vaughn, why don't you come up? We are a little messy. I've been a little guilty of this, y'all, but this is not that. This is a year of the most. The way that PP just described it, it was the most. It was terrible. It was like, I'll do what I want to you. I'll do it as much as I want, and you're not going to do anything about it. That's how that was. But I want to ask y'all, what do y'all think YouTube eventually is going to do about this? Because this thing done hit the local news.
The worldwide.
Yeah, the worldwide news. So what do you think? Because, everything in our world is changing right now. The Republicans, they're making sure of that. So do y'all think that YouTube will eventually change, that there'll be laws changed behind this? Because this is a big story.
I mean, I don't know. YouTube is just ran by, it's like computers. When people submit strikes and all that stuff, it's just computers. They need to put more physical people in there. But with two people losing their lives on the strip in Vegas, which is a a big tourist place and they want people to feel safe coming there, I think something will eventually be done, because I think the days of just going around saying, I'm going to take your channel and ain't shit you can do about it, I think those days are gone.
Well, good. I'm very glad that they are, because I hate that. I
So
do remember
why?
when it happened to me. It's a terrible feeling. It's not right. It's below the belt. It's just no. Don't do that. And I feel like people that send false strikes should be removed from YouTube and never come back up again.
Yeah, I think they should be removed from YouTube, or either just somebody should beat the. But yes, I agree with you. Yeah, they should be removed from YouTube.
Yeah, because what in your right mind wants you to false strike somebody like? And then it's another question that I have, because I've been through it. I just feel like it's bullying. It's bullying. They have abused, bullied, and traumatized that man for a whole year.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's how I see it, y'all. If y'all see it different, let me know in the comment section. I don't know, but that's exactly how I see it.
I mean, it started, and because I got some feedback, but it started in October of 20. I mean, Halloween of 2023. The man that was unalived, his wife tried to her friend had tried to record the man that did the powing, and he said don't record. So she said, well, I'm gonna go record him and see what he tell me. And when she went to do it, he sort of moved her. He said, no, don't record me. Then she came back at him, and they went back and forth.
I
And
heard that.
he pepper sprayed. And even the husband said his wife was wrong for doing that. They should have squashed it there, but they didn't.
That really bothered me, like when I heard from the content creator that she said it, because the content creator that I watched today, he showed the clip of her saying she had drank tequila, and she wanted to see, was he going to tell her no, that she couldn't video him, like, I'm going to do it anyway. It was just her attitude. I don't know if y'all see it this way, but I think she had mental issues.
Well, I don't know about mental issues, but I think that she started it, and people can say what I don't mean no harm, but she started it. I mean, had it not
So
been
the
for
wife
that,
started it.
yeah, she
You feel
is.
like she started it?
I believe that. Well, let me say this. I believe the incident with the wife and that man that night, that created from that night on. That's what started all of the trolling, and him coming for her husband, and him doxing her husband, and just harassing her husband every day. It started from that night. Before that, they were actually followers on YouTube of that guy.
Right here in the comment section, Trucker's wife says, seems like Bubbly tested the wrong person. Now they both gone.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And Vaughn
Yeah.
says, oh, I didn't know she started it. I
She
didn't
said
either, Vaughn. I didn't
her
either.
husband said it. I have the recording. Her husband said it. It is
Wow.
what it is. I mean, I hate that, but he said that it was her fault. Not it was her fault what happened, because she went over there and said, well, but the man didn't want to, because Cheryl, he gets paid for performing, and he was recording his stuff so he can use it.
For
And
his content.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
People will steal your content, right?
Yeah. Oh, it just, this thing got so many lessons in it, y'all. It really does, because you just can't do what you want to do without consequence. You know?
No,
Um
some people think they're invincible.
well, this story shows us that they are not, and that I hope to God that more of this stuff doesn't happen. But for the people, like the ones in our sector, for example, who do this all the time, groups of people who get together and they feel like they go to the court and get all kind of court papers on you and find out this and that, and just put everything out there, and they sit and laugh and just think it's the funniest thing, and I'll do what I want. No, you can't do what you want, because those people, they've gone, this situation sent them into the spirit where they're gone. And they didn't have to be, because they didn't have to push that man to this level for, like Trinaya said, for clout or monetization. One of the two or both.
Right. Of course. See, when okay, the man and wife that was unalive, he started out as a channel that was what's called fantasy football. He was doing fantasy football. So when they had that issue with Manny that night, that was their, that was his fame, his claim to fame. That's how I won't say he stole, but he took a lot of his supporters. They started supporting him. You know what, Cheryl? The video I played tonight, they would have parties where they would say, we're gonna do a unsubscribe to Manny night. They would hold live and say, everybody go unsubscribe from him.
Oh my God.
I mean, that's what that came out of his mouth. I mean, it is what it is. And I know Manny wasn't perfect, but Manny was the type, he just wanted to make his money. He didn't want nobody messing with his money. And if he tell you he gonna look for you and pull up on you, you should believe him, because he's the type that could, I guess he needed some, what you call it? Some his cortisones was too high.
Obviously. Obviously, girl, you took my breath when you said that. Literally.
Well,
that was terrible.
And his mother, the man that deceased, his mother did an interview, and she asked him, that man say, do your mama I hope your mama got a black dress, because I'm gonna unalive you. And he just told her, oh mama, no, don't worry about that. The mama was talking to her son the night it happened on the strip, Cheryl.
And so part of what I think, and I said this earlier today, and again, thank you for being here, is that it was the youth, for, in my opinion, for what I know, Finney and his wife, Bubbly, it was the attention and the clout that they were getting from the people. It was the winning. They were addicted, obviously, to winning and to hurting and demolishing this other content creator. And they were blinded by this, I can beat you, I'm a win. They were just for the shits, obviously. And it ended up in the worst way imaginable, the worst way. Everybody, a lot of people in the chat keep on saying that Manny was no saint. Y'all, that's not what we're saying.
Right.
That's not what we're saying.
That's definitely not. I know Manny did his thing, but this, I mean, I'm sorry, the one that is deceased, but he was still, he bullied the man. He bullied him. He would go live and say, I'm finna steal your shiggity, and it ain't nothing you can do about it. I'm finna play your content, but I'm gonna dog you out while I'm playing your content. May he rest in peace, but that's what he did.
I mean, Truth, she does the same thing. She just said it the other day. And maybe a lot of other people, because a lot of people, I don't know, but I'm just saying, maybe there is an old culture, because it's given of YouTube, or a part where something needs to change, because if this don't this is a warning to other people, like, you better stop, because everybody ain't gonna play with you.
No, everybody can't handle. I mean, unfortunately, this man, Sin City Manny Wise, he couldn't take it. He lost everything, Cheryl. He lost his channel with, I think it was like almost 40, somebody said 40 something thousand subscribers. That's a lot of subscribers.
It is. It is. It is. Oh my God. It is just terrible for us that live this YouTube life. This is like a big neon sign that says, look, y'all don't need to do YouTube like that. That is not how you're supposed to do it. I just feel like that's how I look at it anyway.
I think that someone was to wake up and someone is doing a video on them at 6 a.m, and then when they get out of work, there's people are still doing a video on them at 5 p.m. with a panel of 5 to 10 people. You won't understand it.
Right. And Vaughn, you're saying And I think a lot of people, Vaughn, is saying what you're saying. The but Cheryl Grabowski, that dude is psycho, because we know, all of us know, that, and we're not gonna take it that far. But this is what I'm saying, Vaughn. It hurts people.
Wait,
It
which
is
dude
hurt.
was
It
psycho?
hurts. It's hurting people when you dox and
Mm-hmm.
you dox and you create content and you pull and you poke and you pry and you tear people apart, split people down the middle, dissect them every day. Do it. It's hurting people. It hurts. And for the people that do it, they, this is a warning to folks. This, our world right now is tore upside down, especially in the United States. It's a lot going on.
Mm-hmm.
And for people to get on YouTube, grown people, not children, to do these kinds of things, because we all know better than that. And I'm saying it reminds me of a lot of stuff that I've gone through in the last 3 years here.
Oh
There's
my
somebody else coming up. Go ahead, PP.
You know what? But I heard on a video tonight that I was playing that something about Section 8. So then the man that's unalive, he found out that man had Section 8 and then report. I don't understand people that get that far into people's life. I think it's disgusting. And you know what? If you make some decisions like that, you're gonna have to deal with the consequences, because you might run into somebody like Manny who ain't having it.
Yes, I totally agree with you with that. Because that's not anybody's business. It's embarrassing and humiliating. And no. What's up, Vaughn?
Hey, daughter.
How you doing?
Hey, Miss Cheryl. Hey, PP Mama. Tonight, what's up? Okay, listen. I don't want. I can't stay long, but I just wanted to say this. I 1,000% agree with what you're saying, right? Like some of us know we're not gonna take it that far. Wait, can y'all hear me? Cause y'all frowning.
Yeah,
Can
we
y'all
hear
hear
you.
me? Okay. Um, I
I'm just
just feel like, and I'm not saying it's right. I'm not, saying it's right. But like I said, we a little messy, over here. I feel like this situation was like a true cult. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you can tell people to unsubscribe from a person and they do it, like it sounded like they was having like a game night. And then it's like I was watching some of the content and I'm looking at, like that Joker mask he had on and all that kind of stuff. I
Mm-hmm.
personally believe that he was possessed by a darker entity, the man who shot them on sight, because he was also a part of a gang too. And from what I saw, it was like no words. It was just like on site, pow pow, right? But I feel this was like real deep and real dark, because if you can convince people to unsubscribe, or on his end it was like, oh, it's a green light when you see them. You know what I'm saying? When you can do that, that's a whole nother type of energy.
It
I feel like
is.
over here it's just more childish. Oh, I'm gonna pull up, but I'm not really gonna knock on your door or kick in your door type energy. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that there isn't a possibility, God forbid something like that actually happens. But in this scenario, I feel like you could, if you were watching from beginning to end, from the people who were a witness to it and the
Mm-hmm.
people that's been talking about it, you
Mm-hmm.
probably could foresee something like this happening, because they were both like headstrong,
mm-hmm.
beefing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they
Oh, wow.
they were enemies.
Yeah, they were enemies, and to the death, like for real. But that's all I wanted to say, and I'm gonna drop down, and y'all have a good evening, okay?
You too.
Okay.
Thank you. Um, they pushed him too far.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So we're focusing on, Vaughn was just talking about Manning and what she thought about his energy, and I'm talking about his mental illness, and we see that he went too far and maybe he could have done something else. She mentioned that he was in a gang. um the reality of the situation is that we don't know each other. We don't really see, they didn't really know him like they thought they did. There is no way that you can convince me that they felt that level of threat, right? Not really. and that they feeling that level of threat, that they still push forward week after week, month after month, and incident after incident, tearing this man down. I don't believe that they realize the level of threat. I think that they thought that he really wasn't about that life, and that they found out that he was in the worst way. That's what I think.
Cheryl, what the young folks, they effed around and found out,
They
unfortunately.
did. They
And I mean,
did.
I hate to say it like that, but that man really, I mean, to some you that was his, he loved his channel. He loved his channel, and he loved performing down there on the strip, and they would make fun of him for doing that. They took his channel. They talked about him. They talked about his wife. They talked about his children. Good Lord Almighty. You talk about everybody, you talk about everybody in his family from head to toe. Come on, what you expect?
Exactly. I mean, I didn't even know they were doing all that. That would have been disgusting for me, and that'd have pissed me off. I'd have did a video defending the man if I'd have seen it. But
It's crazy,
um
y'all. People would take stuff to. Oh well, go ahead. Was y'all?
um let's see. It was a comment on here that I wanted to read. Go ahead, Trinaya.
Okay.
But people will take stuff to the next level if they sick and tired. I mean, I've been doxed and trolled, honey. I mean, all my life, honestly, since I start being a public person and talking about my life stories and stuff, and they just doc. I mean, I don't even know. Like finding somebody address and stuff is just very dangerous to me, honey. But it don't really bother me. But after this situation, you never know what people have in their minds.
Well, that's why I'm doing the live tonight, tonight, based on that right there. After this situation, after us seeing, observing, and learning about this situation, now it's final. They are in there. They're gone, and the authorities have him.
Mhm.
That's the situation. That's the result of all of that negative, chaotic, don't give a fuck type, do what I
But
want to do
but here's my question though.
type
Y'all
energy.
y'all think y'all think he'll get away with it though?
No.
I don't think he'll get away with it, but if he has to hire a private attorney by July the 3rd. If he gets any type of a decent attorney, they're going to pull all those videos and say they harassed him, they took his money.
Oh
All that,
yeah.
they're gonna say that they broke him down. I think he went crazy, Cheryl, is what I think.
It does look like a snap when it does. I mean, just him in that car was enough for me. Like
That's
he was
crazy.
he had so much energy for them. Like, I don't know who y'all think y'all are, but y'all in my neck of the woods, and you had a nerve to come here. Oh, I'm coming to see about you. Then somebody mentioned gang. Y'all already know how I go with stuff like that. It's like, you done talked about me. You done did. We gonna see. It's that. And so I'm curious to find out, like, if anybody knows what is their background. Who are they?
They have been together since high school. They have 4 children and 1 grandchild. Is pretty much all I know.
Oh, you know.
And that's pretty much all I know.
Well, I tell you, they fucked around and found out. It was terrible.
Yeah,
Those folks are gone.
Mhm. Yeah, over some YouTube beef. I mean, I know it's, I understand. You come on, you talk about somebody. Oh, you beat it, but God, dog, no, is this just too far? You don't. When people start trying to make people lose their jobs and their housing and stuff like that, to me, that is the weirdest thing I have ever seen in my life. I would never ever do that to anybody. I just don't have it in me.
I don't even know. I totally agree with you about that. I don't even know, like, where that started from, but this is crazy. It's the culture. It's the culture in some of our sectors amongst some people. And it
Mhm.
is awful. When I first learned about it, I said, wow, this is crazy. But yeah, Trucker's wife said they still false flag channels right now.
Yep, they do.
Y'all, false flagging is, just in case anybody want to know, let me just tell you what false flagging is almost equivalent to. False flagging somebody's channel and false striking, I guess, I don't know what you got, but it is equivalent to checking your bank account and you got a zero balance when you know you've been saving money in that account for a year.
Let me
It's
check.
that type of, you have no fucking business doing that.
I agree. I don't know who thinks it gives somebody the right to go and just take somebody's stuff that they worked hard on, because it takes a lot to build up a channel. And for somebody to just take it, and I go back, that was how he paid his bills, Cheryl. That's why that man snapped. That's how he paid his bills.
Yeah, it was wrong. It was robbing him. It was taking money out of his pocket.
Mm-hmm.
It was and y'all look at the end result. Just look at the end result.
So before you think about doing that to somebody, think about Finney the legend and his wife the next time you decide that you want to do something like that to somebody.
Yes, I totally agree. I totally agree. Trinaya, thank you so much for coming up, boo.
Mm-hmm. And thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Miss Lady. I really enjoyed you. You look very pretty tonight.
Oh, thank you, child. You know, they say I need a little. I need some affirmations. Thank
Okay.
you.
All right. Thank y'all for being here in the chat. Thank you, moderators.
All
And
right.
thank everybody. Y'all, I got to
Bye.
I got to get on off of here and go on to bed, honey, so I can get up early in the morning. I wish I'd have got here at 8 o'clock. I really do. But anyway, y'all have a good night. Bye, guys.